How does one encounter your first monument, the memorial to the Jewish victims of fascism in Belgrade?
What should I say? If we look at the matter in general, I'm an old-fashioned person. I like a city to look the way I have seen it all my life. A city, which can be measured or experienced on a walk, by the pace. I measure cities by paces. I have liked to walk all my life. I passionately love walking. I have understood this as a metaphor for a very long time. Where my voice is heard, where I exist, where I am a personality is where my voice reaches.
Is it so easy to walk into the city of the dead, or the necropolis, as you call it?
In the imagination of the townsfolk of Mesopotamia, their own cities became from time to time the stages for extraordinary dramatic situation. The ordinary mortal inhabitants mingled with the supernatural beings and gods. They met with them intimately and sailed around the canals with them like old acquaintances.
For Serbian people, throwing bread in the trash is a great sin, so my grandmother would always carefully fold the breadcrumbs into the tablecloth and let them drop from her third-story balcony to feed the pigeons below. Sometimes they would even sit in the concrete flower basin that was always empty of plants. My grandmother knew of a man in Rome who rode his bike every morning to the Castel Sant'Angelo, ready with a basket of stale bread to feed the pigeons always in wait for him. When my grandmother died, I made a trip to Rome to meet him. I traced the bend in the river Tiber to find him. He said sure, he had heard about her, but many of us do exist.
It is as if are all on the same street. I always repeat, we have stayed on the same street, the river Danube. We have only changed the number of our house a little.
What a joy to be born at the confluence of two rivers.
The union of the Save with the Danube recalls an almost sexual act, a rebirth of the world. The whole world is born from two rivers. Perhaps a beautiful mythology of Belgrade can be created from this. The death of one symbol can be compensated by the birth of another.
What is it to be like someone?
There are no secrets left. A modern city is a sphinx without secret. We live in a kind of idolatry of fully explained science. My situation in former Yugoslavia was specific. I designed monuments to the Second World War, which soon gained recognition and attached internationally interest. My monuments looked entirely different to others, and my party comrades who held a high position took the view. Let him better for him to do this, rather than something else, such as concerning myself with practical politics. I must say that my monuments were not real monuments, at least they did not have the appearance of monuments. Rather, they were stories, interesting objects, fantastic ones, and much visited, especially by young people.
What is it to like someone?
There is a link between Vienna and Belgrade, the Danube, which I am in love with. After love, the city is the most fascinating theme in philosophy, literature, and everything, because the city is the most complicated of all. The city is a very, very complex theme.
Today we are joined by architect, urbanist, and essayist Bogdan Bogdanovic. Thank you for meeting with us, Bogdan. First, can you introduce us to the time of your architectural education?
Bilo je to neko čudno, bestežinsko razdoblje u kojem sam lebdeo iznad stvarnosti, bezvoljno polagao ispite na arhitektonskom odseku tehničkog fakulteta, dobijao najviše ocene i uveliko očajavao pred onim što me napolju iščekivalo. A tamo napolju arhitekture više nije bilo, bar ne za mene. Moja imaginarna l'arhitektur surrealist ostala je u ropotarnici opšte prezrenog buržoaskog bagaža, a i da nije, šta bih sa njom u jednoj stvarnosti ispod svih materijalnih i duhovnih minimuma.
How did you use these ideas in your time as an educator, particularly at the summer school?
Mistrija pod Orahom, seoska škola za filozofiju arhitekture, treba li uopšte naglašavati, bila je neobična škola bez časova, ispita i ocena. U njoj smo moji odabrani studenti i ja tragali za zajedničkim uspomenama na gradove i graditeljstvo, koje nismo videli niti smo mogli videti. Igra bi se tako nekako i dala objasniti. Igra sećanja davno zaboravljenog sećanja.
What are your thoughts on the idea of the universal symbol?
Oduvek sam bio nepoverljiv prema sveznalicama koje bez ustručavanja leksikografski precizno, eksplicitno tumače simbole. Ponekad me obuzimao tih i bes kad pročitam, na primer, kako simbolična predstava, ta i ta, obično vrlo drastično izdvojena iz početnog kulturnog sklopa, znači baš to i tačka. Takva su objašnjenja besmislena, jer sadržina simbola ne može se pokazati prstom. Ona nikad ne može biti to, već jedino može biti ono nešto negde preko ramena ili iza leđa, nešto s druge strane uobičajenih reči, pojmova i kategorija.
Great! Thank you once again.